everyone and welcome to my new video. And what is this video about? Well, I'm going to try and finish a song in Ableton. I have this song here which I started over a series of videos about making a song using only the new Meld synthesizer in Live 12, and I've kind of got everything I need now for a song. I've got my drums, a couple of bass lines, some chord bits and some melodies and some percussion, and everything was made using only Meld. And I thought that, yeah, I've got enough here to probably think about arranging this and maybe mixing this and finishing it. And also, how to finish a song is one of the few things that I've been requested the most to make a video about. And I've never done it because I kind of think, how the hell can I cram that into a reasonably sized YouTube video in this day and age where people just want to know everything in 5 minutes? So I decided to take a sneaky route and make some videos about something else so that I could get to the point where I could finish a song, and then maybe I will try and make a video about it. So I've got most of a song here, all the parts, everything that I kind of feel like I need to start thinking about an arrangement I've got. So let's have a listen, and maybe I will get this song finished and I will try and get this done as quickly as possible. But this isn't a fast process. Some people spend years finishing things. And I get it. I know why. Because it's actually really difficult. But let's see if we can just make this as quick as possible. And maybe touch a little bit on some of the decisions, or at least some of the tactics that I like to try and take when I want to get something finished, or I need to get something finished, or I just have to because I'm bored of this. I'm already bored. I was bored of this song when I started it. So let's listen to the drums. Another thing I was thinking of doing was maybe trying to mix everything using only raw, because it turns out that raw kind of has like loads of stuff. It's kind of got, it's got like an EQ here, like sort of a, there's like a peak EQ here. There's compression. Kind of does everything, and it's got modular stuff in it. Anyway, so I've only got sort of one drum beat, which is fine. Let's bring in the bass now. This is bass number 1. Pretty quiet. This is kind of an electro IDM type thing. Let's bring in this second bass line. Strings. So it's kind of got a bit of drama, which I kind of quite like. Quite like this juxtaposition between this very goofy acid bass line and this very overly dramatic synthwave sort of string sound. Second chord bit here. Which is kind of still kind of dramatic. Sorry, this is going to be quite, I'm going to turn the volume down and talk. And then we've got this melody here. Let's see what this is like. Which is rather plaintive and somber. Got a second melody. Have we? Yeah. It's very sort of understated compared to this one. And then we've got some percussion here. Which might make for an interesting introduction, I don't know. Okay, so I don't really know how I'm going to arrange this. So what I thought I would do is that I would use some of Ableton's technology to make suggestions for me. So I'm going to take a copy of this scene here, and I might just rename it. I'll just call it Start. And I'm going to maybe duplicate it and select all of them and then go into the follow action section and then see if maybe I can use some of the follow actions to suggest some arrangement ideas. Just because I kind of feel like I don't really know what I want to do with all of these ideas really. And if I was actually kind of working on this song not in a YouTube video, I would be spending a lot more time experimenting, exploring different scenes or whatever, and just trying things out. But to make this interesting, I thought I would get Ableton to do it. So we're going to turn on follow action. We're going to say jump to other, and you're going to play, I think with this on and this set to ×1, it's going to play to the end of the clip before it jumps onto the next one. Now, I kind of want to, what I want to happen when it jumps to another clip is that I want nothing to happen. So I'm actually going to select one row and delete everything in the clip. Sounds a bit weird. I wonder if I can do that if I select all of these and then go, damn it. Can I do that? I think I've just deleted everything in the clip. Yeah, so essentially it's just going to play nothing, but for the same amount of time as the previous clip, which has still got all the stuff in, I think. Yeah, okay, that worked out quite nicely. So, yeah, and then maybe it might sort of spark something. It might create like a combination of clips that maybe didn't occur to me. And I might kind of think, oh, actually those two bits kind of work quite well together. That's a section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record that over to the session view, the arrange page, and just see what it does. Let's listen to it now. Okay, there it is, all recording over. There we go. I want to sort of find something. Why is that one finishing? Some of them are finishing a little bit early. Oh, this one's only 16 bars long, that's why. Or 4 bars long. Alright, that's kind of actually sort of interesting. Okay, what I might have to do is actually take a copy of these and tell these ones to play for twice as long. There we go. It's kind of done enough. So yeah, I mean, there were some moments in there I kind of thought maybe this stuff would work. So let's actually maybe just have a quick listen to some of this. I think maybe there was a section here that was quite good. It's actually just this bit. This is the only thing I think I like. I don't think I like the rest of it. But it should go on for twice as long. Yeah, interesting. All right, you know what? I thought that would be a really good idea, but actually it wasn't. So I'm going to go right back to the start and do this the old-fashioned way. So when I say old-fashioned way, I mean this is sort of like, I think this is kind of really what Ableton want you to do when you think about this, is that like you get all your ideas here and then you kind of arrange the song here, but you're kind of doing it in a non-linear fashion. So you've got time to kind of think about sections. You can spend time on sections. And then when you're happy with the bit, you can make another scene, etc. So I might actually just start with that. I'm going to maybe move all of these here, start with the drums, and maybe this percussion thing. All right. And then what I might do is introduce the acid bass. Duplicate that scene and then bring in this bowed bass. Actually, let's bring in the bowed bass after a scene of just the acid bass and the perks. And maybe this melody here, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe. Okay, all right, that's working. Okay, let's maybe bring these strings in here. Let's close this, close that. Don't need that right now. Okay, maybe a scene without the drums and without the acid bass. Yeah, okay. Let's go to this next scene. Maybe that plinky melody might need some delay on it or something. Give it a bit of... Open it up. It's all very dry right now. Doesn't have much character. What have I done here? That's the same scene. Ah, okay. Delete that. Go to this scene. Okay, let's introduce this bit on this next scene and ditch that. So I think the thing is when you've got a lot of these ideas, if you have them all at once, it's a little bit overwhelming. I think what you've got to do is you've got to kind of find ways to kind of weave all of these ideas in and out. So as you bring one idea in, maybe one idea has to leave. I kind of like to think about this thing of sort of like, if you imagine that you're sort of watching a play and like you've got all of these characters, and it's very rare that you will have all the characters on at one point. It's like one character leaves and then another one comes on and maybe one stays. Now that's obviously not what happens, but like that's just one way to think about it, is that you kind of, as you introduce something new, you've got to remove something else and then that will come back later. So, you know, you're kind of telling a little story really, aren't you? And if you think about these ideas as being sort of characters in the story, then you've got to think about when do they come in, what do they do when they're there, and how do they leave, and when do they come back, and all this sort of stuff. And then maybe you can bring them all together at the end, but it's kind of got to still work. So that's my first rant on that. Let's pick up where we were. All right, let's go to this scene now. Maybe without that. that scene, and let's see what it's like with this.
Okay, this bit I definitely want on its own because that's my favorite bit. So if I have a favorite bit, I pretty much always let it have the spotlight, you know? So again, I'm using another theatrical analogy. I don't really know why, but I tend to sort of think about these things sort of kind of a bit cinematically. I always, in my imagination, songs are like little short movies, you know, and I like to kind of see how they happen as having some sort of arc and some sort of narrative structure, even though they're not telling a story and these musical ideas aren't characters. It's just a way for me to think about how can I structure something, or at least how can I suggest you do it if you're concerned about these things. Have these got like low probability? Oh yeah, they have. That's probably for the best. All right, and just for a laugh, I'm going to bring that acid line back in with this, because this feels like a bit of a plaintive moment. Wouldn't it be funny to de-plaintivize it by making it silly with some acid bass, which is really quiet in the mix. All right, duplicate that scene. Let's bring back these drums. Maybe that string section for the end. That melody is really out of tune, but I like it. Okay, I think that'll do. So let's record this over now to, where's the start? Okay, let's delete that scene because that's slightly, actually no, let's just put it there. Right, okay, I've got a nice clear, let's color code that green. Okay, right, I'm going to start recording over to the session page, the arrange page. I keep getting them mixed up after all this time. I'm going to hold shift, oh, hang on. Right, hit record and let's start. You know what, I've just recorded that over, haven't I? Okay. Not making this look easy. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to let the longest clip in each scene dictate when I move to the next scene, as it were. Although some of them I'll let go round twice. I'll let this one go around a second time. Something needs to happen there, like a sound effect. Something to mask that abrupt sort of transition. Yeah, definitely needs a mix. Levels are a bit underwhelming. I'll let this one go around a second time. Okay, so this one's got a longer clip. I'll wait till that one finishes before I move on to the next scene. Yeah, maybe something needs to happen there as well to mask that sort of abrupt transition, some sort of
some sound design, I don't know. Thing is, I'm thinking about what I want to do, and I'm not actually... Did I start that early? I'm thinking about what I want to do, and I'm not actually listening to what's happening, but that's, you know, it happens. Okay, so this was a good idea because we've moved on to a different part of the song, but it's clear that we're still in the same song. This is my favorite bit. And that's good because I've worked up to this point. If I'd have had this point too early, then the exciting bit, the build-up, is over and done with too quickly. So this was a good idea. But we've had it for too long now. Let's move on and wrap the song up. Reintroduce the acid bass. You know what, I've changed my mind. I'm going to take that out, take that out. Yeah. Maybe stop the melody here. Yeah, let the drums and the bowed bass have a bit of time to themselves. That's nice. One more. Okay, and then finish with the strings. I think mood-wise, we've covered a lot of ground. It's got some goofy, cutesy moments. Got some plaintive melodic moments, and it's kind of got this epic ending, so it's a bit emotionally all over the place, but I kind of quite like that. Because that's like life. All right. Okay, I'm feeling all right about that. So what I'm going to do is now just save this. Okay, I've saved it as how to finish a song in Ableton. Let's just do a quick collect all and save. Okay, so see, look, it's 5 minutes. All those ideas we got, and we put that into a nice, reasonable 5-minute song. And now let's listen to it and maybe think about what we can do to just make it sound a bit more interesting. So, yeah, whoa, what did I just do? Ooh, I zoomed in by accident. So let's close that down. Just going to loop this bit here and sort of think about, I want to maybe just try and use raw because it's Live 12 and raw is all new and fancy. I mean, that sounds pretty good. That crash cymbal is a bit much. Okay, I went a bit too far. Let's dial it back a bit and turn it up a bit here. And I think maybe what I'd like to do is maybe just do something where Maybe like programming some fills, I don't know, or I could just use effects to do that. Anyway, let's It's nice that Mel's got its own distortion in it. It's pretty cool. My plan was that I was just going to use no effects at all and just make it sound good on the instruments, but sometimes you just want a little bit of overdrive, don't you? Let's put raw on this. Oh my goodness me. Okay, that's all right. I want like a plate. I want a plate reverb. This is my song. I'll do what I want. I'm going to put a hybrid reverb in here and go to the convolution and look for some plates. What do we got here? I don't know what any of these are. Let's try the dark plate. And I'm just going to maybe assign a little bit of that acid bass to that. Maybe do a slightly more aggressive high pass here. I know what I want. I want the crash at the start. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I knew there was something missing. You can't beat a good crash. Okay, this is getting a little bit much, so maybe I might just pull down some of the chants on these notes just to sort of, I don't know, just to see what it's like. Let's like select them. Oh, it's... Oh. Yeah, let's pull down the charts here just to maybe... So I've not done it on those ones. Just to see what it sounds like. Okay, I think I want that... where's the mixer? I think I want that. Not got much time to it. Long plate. Oh, that was good. I'm all right with that. Okay. This needs something. Does it? I feel like it needs some width, but... Maybe like a bit of chorus, actually. I want this to be quite enveloping.
some echo here. So let's go back here. Let's make, oh, this is getting quite a bit much to manage now. Let's shrink these down a bit. Okay, that'll do. Let's add a return track and let's just put like the echo. Where's the echo? Let's put the echo in here. Turn that up and go back here. Whoa, go back here. And oh, now it's shrunk them all down there as well. That's actually kind of quite good. I haven't got a problem with that. Okay, there we go. So where am I? I'm on this guy. So oh, it sort of sounds a bit cheesy though. Sometimes the dotted eighth note can sound really cheesy, and sometimes I think it's just the coolest thing ever. Let's maybe go for like a 16th note. Notes. 16th. All right, yeah, that'll do. Stuff I want to be a little bit more silly, so I'm going to put some beat repeats on it to make it a little bit more rhythmically interesting. Yeah. %25 chance. And then maybe, whoa, one on the end here. Just doing like. Yeah, okay. I want this to have its own reverb that's not the same, like a slightly cleaner reverb, not a plate. Let's just use the normal one. Am I on the right channel? Loads of decay time, but not much dry wet. Where's the rest of the song? It's because I had it soloed. Okay, I must do this crash bit here. Okay, I've slightly lost track of where I am now. Let's go back here.
into this, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to finish this track. It kind of sucks. I'm starting to like it now. But what I'm going to do is I want to get everything at the same volume and then pull everything down and then start to bring everything back up. So let's come down to about -24. Can we type? Oh, I've done it. There we go. All -24. Right, let's go back to the start. Rewind. Okay. Whoa, they're all selected. Have I got something on the main? Got a limiter on there. Let's turn that off. Okay, it's much quieter. Let's go up to like -12. You're going to watch me fail at mixing now. I basically just want to keep the master at about -912. I don't want it to get louder than about here. Why can't I see that? There they are. I want to aim for it to peak at around -6, really. So let's go to a point in the song where there's lots of stuff happening. Here, maybe. Where's the mixer gone? Okay, I think we can go a little bit up more here. Let's try here. I think I've compressed those drums a bit too much. Oh, that's really quiet. All right. I think the drums and the bass could be much louder. Okay, we're peaking at around -8. That's pretty good. Yeah, the percussion's got a nice R2D2 vibe. I like that. You've got to have at least one R2D2 in every song. Okay, let's take the first crash from the drums. Copy that and put that there. Yeah. Maybe I just whack them. No. Sounds quite nice, actually. feel great about that transition, but are you going to worry about it as much as I am? This is kind of something that, you know, this is another thing I find myself talking about a lot with people, is that it's very easy to kind of obsess over the minutiae of these details. And they're probably 90% of the time just going to go over everyone's heads. So it's almost a little bit like, why bother? Why bother? Just have something that starts, happens, and ends, and it's probably going to be fine. And if anyone's kind of coming up to you and going like, hey, I listened to your song, but I really think you could have done this, and actually you could have done this, and you could have done this, and like, I think you could have done this, and then this bit here, I don't think you should have done that. I think you should have done this. And so first of all, the thing is like, the response to that is, okay, well, where's your song? And secondly, I don't really care, because I've thought about these things for 100 times the amount that you have, and I've already decided that it's all wrong. And I don't really care anymore, because actually I'm working on this new thing now, and I'm more interested in that. So why don't you come back whilst I'm working on that bit, and then tell me to do all of those things that you just told me to do in the thing that I've done when I'm doing the thing that I'm about to do. And then maybe we'll have like a bit of a more nuanced conversation about it, because it's kind of too late now. The thing's done. Like, I mean, what is the point? What is the point in sort of just saying, oh, if I'd have done it, I would have done it. Yeah, but you didn't do it, did you? I did it. So it's sort of like, I don't really, you've really just got to kind of think, all right, this person might be making some valid points, but why do they feel compelled to share them with me? Like, what do they think it's going to achieve? That I'm going to do that next time? No, I'm most likely going to ignore them. Also, just don't let people tell you what you should and shouldn't do, and don't tell people what they should and shouldn't do. Let people do what they want. Fucking hell. Life is short. Right, let's save this. I mean, it's just music. You know what? Let's put raw on the master. See what you think of that, YouTube music critic. Those strings were a little low in the mix at the end, but it's not too bad. Okay, I think that is a perfectly acceptable song. I am happy to commit that to tape. So I'm going to resample that to another track. I'm going to route, shall I route from the main? I was a little bit aggressive with that raw, but it kind of sounded good. And you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to stick this on SoundCloud or something anyway. Or maybe not. Maybe I won't release it. Why do I need to release it? Maybe I could just enjoy it myself. Maybe I could just put this on when I'm boiling an egg or something. It could be my boiling an egg song. Right, let's decide what we're going to do about this route from the main. Maybe I'll put... should I put a limiter on there? No, I was watching the faders. It was fine. Okay, so I'm going to re-record that and then just talk about something whilst that's doing that. Hope it works. Post mixer. Yeah, that's fine. Is the main at... Oh, is it at 0? Okay. Let's record that. And I want to talk about something that I call the cringe test. Now, some of you who know me quite well will know that this is something I've talked about quite a lot, and it's a thing that I think that you can use when you're trying to get close to finishing something, and that is to sort of listen to it all the way through, and if you don't suck air in through your teeth like this, or if you don't go then it might be done, because the whole idea of getting to the end of something is that you can actually essentially just tolerate it to the point that you're kind of ready to just accept that I'm done with it. I'm done. I can't take any more. I literally can't take any more of this. But at the same time, be able to listen to it all the way through and not go, oh, no, not that bit. And I kind of did that just then. I played it all the way through, gave it a quick cringe test, and I did not cringe. I was perfectly happy. So I wonder if maybe that might be a little useful piece of advice to give out to people who are struggling to finish stuff. Because I get it. It is quite hard, and that's why I've never really talked about it or done a video about it, because it's very subjective, and it's just difficult to come up with some sort of blanket technique. Really, you've just got to kind of know. I think you've just got to know something's finished. And I feel like this is finished. I know it's finished. I don't want to work on this anymore. I've got new stuff I want to do. But I said that I would. So I've got to. I think it sounds all right. The levels look okay. Not a huge amount of dynamics, but whatever. Another thing that you can do is that you can kind of do a bounce, take it away, and that's kind of a clear sign that maybe it already is finished, because you're willing to not work on it anymore and take it away and listen to it in a different context, and then stick it on and do something else. Don't look at the screen. Don't really listen to it. Just stick it on. And if nothing leaps out at you, if nothing kind of grabs your attention whilst you're doing something else, like boiling an egg, then it might be done. It might be done. There might be nothing in there that's making you go, oh, shit, that bit. No, that bit's awful. And then you take out your notepad and you go, bar 64.5 at minute 128 or something. Like, must fix that bit. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that. Do that. But if you're willing to kind of print it and listen to it somewhere else, I say it's done. Sometimes I remember sort of lots of people would post works in progress to the internet, and I just used to think, why are you doing that? Why are you sharing something that isn't finished? It must be finished, otherwise why are you sharing it? I don't really subscribe to the idea of posting whips, personally. I'm not going to tell people not to do it, but I'm most likely not going to listen to your song if it's not finished. Something else that I find a bit strange. So maybe it really is finished, and it's not a work in progress. It's finished. I don't know. This stuff's all very subjective. If you've got your own methods and techniques for finishing things, leave them in the comments. I personally just like to get to a point where I kind of hate music and then I just want to get rid of it. It's just like, oh God. Lots of people say things like, art is never finished, it's merely abandoned, or it escapes. I don't know who was the real originator of that quote. I always thought it was George Lucas, but I think he was paraphrasing someone else. Don't know, Caravaggio or something, I don't know. If you know who the original of that quote was, post that in the comments. What's kind of quite nice about some of the stuff that I've done here is that this is not going to be a definitive mix because there's lots of random stuff in here, but bits like that, I didn't plan for that to happen. But you know what? Whatever. Maybe that's just how it's got to be. Suddenly I'm regretting everything I've just said. You know what? I don't think there is really. I think when you just know, you know it's done. And I feel like I know loads of times I'm just like, that's done. I've worked on songs for years and still never been finished. And I've worked on songs for 4 hours and thought they were brilliant, but then thought that they needed more work, went in, did more work and ruined it. And I should have just gone, no, it's done. And it's a funny old game. God, those strings are still really quiet. Look at that. Oh, damn, I didn't name it. Oh, well. You might be thinking, why didn't I export that? But I find something quite satisfying about watching the audio go by. Right, has it stopped? Okay, I think it stopped. Right, there you go. I've finished a song in Ableton, and I suppose the amount of time that I put into making this track, I mean, it was over the period of 5 or 6 videos. Each video was about 30 minutes. So what's that? 30, maybe 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, maybe including this video, which is an hour. So maybe about 4 hours I worked on a track, and I think that's all you need. I think that's really all you need, especially if you're working by yourself. You can just hammer stuff out, and sometimes you just got to go, that'll do. If it doesn't really feel right straight away, then it might not. If you're working on something and it's kind of like it's not really happening, maybe just stop, turn it off, close the computer, go and do something else. Come back and then have another go, and it might be different, and it might just all happen instantly. And also, it's sort of, I've always, the stuff that I've made that I revisit the most is the stuff that just came out of nowhere. I'm just like, I don't know where I was. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't even know how I did that. Was that even me? And that's the stuff that I listen to. And I guess that's kind of a sort of personal sort of ego, anxiety, self-esteem thing of like, actually, I didn't do that. I was just a vessel for something, some that was coming from somewhere else. And somehow I managed to blag that. Whereas the stuff that I feel like I really worked over and I slaved over, I can't listen to it because I'm just like, I could have done that better. And it's sometimes you've just got to go, well, I didn't, did I? So that's it. Anyway, I'm kind of exhausted of trying to pick apart this topic now. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'd be interested to hear in the comments about any of your own things that you try to apply in order to get stuff finished, especially when you're not really like a professional. I'm not a professional musician. I don't have a record label or a client over, breathing down my neck going, finish it. I'm in many ways, being a non-professional musician is kind of a blessing, because then you can spend all the time that you want to get everything exactly where you want it. But at the same time, I think don't spend too long. Just do it. Just do it. Move on to the next thing. Make decisions. Just make decisions. That's all art is. When we look at a piece of art, when we listen to a piece of music, when we watch a movie, read a book, look at a painting, whatever, look at a photo, all we're doing is just looking at someone's decision. And then we're kind of like, that was a good decision. And that's it. That's art, in my opinion. Okay, thank you everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go and put this on Patreon now, where if you'd like to support me there, you can download this project. Plus money, you know. See you, bye.